Hi, welcome back to Alpha Tactics. We want to do a little bit different segment than we normally do. So normally we give our reviews on guns and just look, kind of get out there and play with different stuff, penetration videos, whatnot like that. Today, we want to try a little bit different. So I've got a top 5 list on home defense weapons. He's also got his own top 5 list. And I think the way we're going to do it is, so number 5 would be the least gun you would probably use in a home defense situation, and then your number 1, which you would definitely go to in every scenario. So if you want to get started.
Well, this is going to be our opinion, so everybody's got their own opinion. If you want to put down in the comments below what your top 5 would be, we'll comment and try to interact with everybody, but that'd be great to try to figure out what everybody else's top 5s are, and if we have some of the same or what differences we have. So we like to hear y'all's opinion, but
just get everybody's perspective.
Yeah.
So I'll let him start, and then I'll listen to his reasoning behind why it's, in whatever position of his list that it's in on his, and then I'll kind of give mine.
For number 5, I would say something like the Q Honey Badger, 300 Blackout. So
it's a little lower. I would have put it a little bit higher on my list, but
no,
it's not a bad one.
It's real expensive. I mean, you don't have to go with the Q, but something it's a super short package.
Like an AR pistol or an SBR.
Right. 300 Blackout's a good round, but 300 Blackout, I mean, everything's going to go through your walls, but that's going to go through more than I think what else is going to be on the list. So, what's your number 5?
My number 5, so everybody has a carry gun, and most people carry small guns, and I think if you're looking as far as being in your home and having to protect yourself, I would probably say my small compact carry gun like this SIG P365 or the Kimber Micro 9, something like that, I would probably use that last as far as my home defense, sitting beside my bed, my go-to gun when somebody hits the door. You got less ammo capacity, a shorter barrel, so the accuracy is going to be a little bit less. I feel like you're limiting yourself. The recoil pattern is going to be worse.
I wouldn't go with compact. If it's a home defense gun, it's going to be sitting on your nightstand or somewhere. You full size. You might as well go straight full size.
If all you have is enough money to buy one gun and you want to be able to carry, that's why I kind of put it on my list. So, I mean, if that's all you have, of course,
that's
use it.
Right. So, okay. Number 4, I'm going to say probably something like PCC. So, SIG MPX, a Strybog, MP5, just a 9mm short, compact. It doesn't have a buffer tube, so if you want to fold it, if you can't afford to do tax stamps, ATF, to have a brace, something like that. It's still, ammo is relatively cheap.
Yeah.
It's somewhat accurate. So.
That's interesting. I thought that'd be higher too. So mine's a full-length AR-15. And I say that because, I mean, everybody, of course, I love ARs. I would hope everybody loves ARs. And ARs are, don't get me wrong, have their great, perfect uses. But when you're swinging that thing 16 inches of barrel and an overall length of, 26 inches, 30-something inches?
Yeah.
That's a lot to swing around your house and have to hit corners and stuff. Because you got to think about doorways, hallways, all that stuff. That's I think that's a lot to wield.
All right, so number 3, I'm going to say this FNX 45 Tactical. It's 45. I mean, it's high capacity, low velocity rounds. Put hollow points in it. I think it'd just be perfect for a little nightstand gun. It's small, compact.
It's a heavy hitter with a lot of rounds.
Yeah. So and you can throw a light on there. I think that's a great option. It's a little pricey, but I think it's one of the best options when it comes to actual pistols for home defense.
Well, it's like I've seen other channels say how much is your life worth. Mm-hmm. So
more rounds the better.
Yeah. Right. I think I'm also going to put my number 3 as a full-size pistol. And I would say something like a Glock or something like this right here. I think it's a little low on my list than what I was kind of originally going to put that. But, of course, most people don't want to carry a full-size pistol. Somehow he can, but most people don't want to carry a full-size pistol. So I would say that's a perfect situation to have one at the home. Have a light on it. Be able to identify your target. Pistols are usually pretty easy to work and very maneuverable, obviously. So I think that's a good option. I'll put full-size pistol as my number 3 too. What do you got for number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to say a Beretta semi-auto shotgun. So a tactical version. So something a little shorter, maybe not 18-inch barrel, 16-inch barrel. But it's semi-auto. You don't have to worry about pumping it, and it's a 12 gauge. I mean, you put buckshot in there, whatever you want in there, defense rounds, whatever you deem the best for you that you want to shoot. And it doesn't have to be 12 gauge, 20 gauge, whatever you're comfortable with. I just feel like something like the Beretta.
Well, that tactical aspect, you know, you can throw lights on it and
Yeah,
stuff like that
right.
too, so that makes sense. Plus,
Right.
you can also put different attachments on it, make it fit your body, and that's exactly why my number 2 is also a shotgun. So I did the Remington 870 just because it's obviously, you know, historically just known to be one of the most reliable shotguns to be pump action.
Yeah.
Gives it that even more reliable aspect of it. I get the point behind semi-automatic because in that situation you may not remember to rack the pump on it. So I mean, I understand that option. I went with the 870. There's a lot of different attachments. A lot of companies make a bunch of different attachments, whether it's Magpul, I think Maxim makes some. You know, there's a bunch of different Fab Defense.
Right.
So there's all kinds of different attachments. Like I said, different shells you can use for home defense. And shotgun's obviously a good option.
Best option.
So, which I'm really surprised that wasn't your number 1. So
Well,
I'm kind of curious.
Well, so my number 1 is also a shotgun, but it's the Benelli. Tactical Benelli.
M4.
Yes. So Benelli is known to be one of the best shotguns you can buy. They're a little pricey. Well, a little. They're a lot pricey, but hey, there's a reason for it.
There is.
They're reliable. They're wonderful shotguns. So if you can afford it, get you the Benelli. So that's my number 1. I just feel like shotguns are your best all around home defense weapon. So
That's a good one. You probably already know my number 1, just because it is my home defense. So, and I've told you guys before, y'all seen videos, my 300 Blackout. So I keep my AR pistol beside the bed. Now there's a bunch of reasons why. I like having the 30 round mag, or even more than that if I wanted to. The capacity's not an issue. The length of the overall gun is not an issue at all. I can swing it around my house, no problem. I can throw whatever attachments I want, whether it be an infrared laser if you run night vision, if you don't want to have the power onto your house whenever something like that happens. If you want to run, you know, whatever optic you want to run is always available. Whatever flashlight you want to run, it gives you so much more opportunity. So I see, why not have hindsight and have yourself in the best possible position? Not only that, I run a suppressor on it, which I get that's not, you know, an option for most people, but
yeah.
I try to think about my hearing for, you know, after the fact. So
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's why my number 1 was, I say AR pistol, SBR. I mean, whatever you like. 223 is fine. I prefer 300 Blackout, specifically subsonic 300 Blackout, because it's going to be quieter through that suppressor. You don't need all that speed when you're in your house. So a larger diameter bullet and being able to have 30 of them, I think that just kind of does it for me.
Well, a lot of people are going to say, well, if you use an AR, it's going to go through your house, your neighbor's house, whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, we've done a video, and Grand Thumb also just did a video.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you use, it's fixing to go through every wall
Right.
in your house if you miss.
It is.
I mean, that's just whatever. It's what you decide to use, and what you feel comfortable using. That's what you need to use. But the best thing you can do is whatever gun you decide to use, go to the range,
Train with it.
go outside and train with it. And another thing I would say is put a light, if you can, on anything that you have as your home defense, because one, it's going to help you see, because most of the time people break in, it's in the dark.
Target identification.
Right, and two, if you shine, you know, something like this TLR H1 Streamlight, you shine that somebody's face, they're not going to see anything. All they're going to see is that light. So that's just,
TLR1HL.
yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
No.
My bad. Yeah,
I would
Streamlight.
have pointed that out in me watching the video.
Yeah, TLR1.
But no, that's all. And
HL.
a lot of those lights also have a what is it called? It's the feature where you can flick it and it. What's that word for that?
Strobe.
Strobe.
Yes.
So and that can blind
Yeah.
somebody. But my main thing behind the light is target identification. You never
Right.
know if somebody is not actually breaking into your house, but
Yeah.
you're in that defense, move, and you might not realize who it is.
Yeah.
So I say run the light, identify your target before you shoot it, and that goes for the shotguns. That's why we say tactical shotguns, so you
Yes.
can mount them out there on the end
And
of it.
shorter barrel. You know,
The
normally,
ARs, yeah.
Well,
the shorter barrel shotguns.
you know, most shotguns are 18 inch.
Right.
I mean, you can't necessarily go underneath 16 inches thanks to the government.
I'm glad you said that.
On
When I said
shotgun.
870, the tactical, because
Right.
that's a 16-inch
Yeah.
barrel or 18, one or the other, but
And most of them allow
better
you.
than 20-inch.
Yeah, most of them allow you to put some type of attachments on there.
Right.
On the tactical versions. If not, different hand grips. They that expensive. So
Like we said, guys, this list doesn't matter at all if you're not getting training. So definitely go out there and
Yeah.
train with your firearms, learn your weapon, have something you're comfortable with. Train your family, train your wife, train, if you
Right.
have kids that are old enough, train them. Get something that is very versatile for everybody to use. And that's really all that matters. So
yeah, and we want to hear from y'all. What's y'all's top 5? What would y'all use? Not even top 5. I mean, if you just want to put your go-to home defense gun, we want to hear y'all's opinions. We might not have thought about something that y'all think about or that y'all have. So we're always open to everybody's opinion, and we like hearing from y'all and what y'all got to say.
it helps. Put it in the
So,
comments. Well, thank you
yeah.
guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.